Buying real estate in 2023 can be very, very daunting, very, very scary, especially with everything going on right now with interest rates and the economy. But you can always invest in real estate and make a ton of money no matter what's going on in the economy. So as a millionaire who owned 50 rental properties and we flipped over 100 properties, I'm gonna show you exactly how to scale, how to grow your real estate business, and how to live the life that you eventually want, all from real estate. Let's get into it. First step to investing in real estate in 2023 is to determine your goals. So number one, how much money do you want to make? Is it $10,000 a month? Is it $5,000 a month? Is it $20,000 a month? And then work backwards. The problem most real estate investors make after helping so many real estate investors is they don't have a plan at all. There's no plan. They're just going for the next property and then the next property and then the next property, which is better than nothing, one foot in front of the other kind of thing. But if you don't know where you're going, how are you gonna get there? How are you gonna get there strategically and economically and smartly? It's not a word, but how are you gonna get there exactly? Figure out exactly how much money you wanna make and then work it backwards. For example, are you gonna have to do Airbnbs as opposed to long-term rentals, where the long-term rentals is a much slower, boring wealth approach, which is the approach I took, but it took 10 years to really get wealthy, but then you make a lot of money. The long-term stuff is like guaranteed, proven, Warren Buffett style, S&P 500, boring. But if you wanna retire in 2 years or 3 years, let's say, because you're sick of your job, you just wanna become a real estate investor full-time, you're gonna need more cash flow, more income today as opposed to income later. So maybe an Airbnb strategy, maybe a flipping properties, which I always advise is a more advanced real estate investing strategy. But if you really wanna quit your job and you're determined and you say, screw it, Matt, I'm gonna do it and take the leap, okay, maybe flipping properties is for you, etc. So determine your plan, what you want out of life, and work it backwards. Also really important to determine how much risk you're willing to take. So for example, like I said, the flipping properties is definitely gonna help you retire faster or leave your job faster, that's for sure. But dude, it's so much more risk. It's a much harder strategy. Whereas, like I said, if you have a 10-year plan, like I'm cool, I can keep doing this job for just 10 more years, I'm 20 years old, I can do this until I'm 30 for sure, picking up garbage or whatever you're doing, I can do 10 more years of this. Okay, cool. Let's do a boring, slow strategy, and let's say you're also very risk adverse. The idea of you flipping and taking a lot of risk is not cool for you. Okay, let's buy boring rental properties and just wait and let time do its thing. So maybe that's better for you, etc. Number two, you need to research the market and the economic fundamentals of the economy, but also the real estate market. So you need to know what's going on. So for example, right now, time of filming this video, we're still in the crazy interest rate, hike cycle, craziness, economy, Ukraine war, I don't know where it's all gonna go, it's madness. So that's going on economically in the macro. What's going on in the micro of your city in Texas or your city in Florida or North Carolina, etc. What's going on in that city with the real estate market particularly, and in those neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying? We're dialing it down. We're looking at the macro economy. Okay, it's shaky, it's scary, but this city in North Carolina, for some reason, is killing it. It's got good GDP growth, good job growth, good rental demand, good real estate price demand, etc. And so then we go down. Okay, so that city is good. Now, which neighborhoods specifically in that city are also doing exceptionally well as opposed to the city stats, as opposed to the macroeconomic stats? So we're pointing down, we're specializing, which is something I've always talked about since my videos on this channel from 2012 when I started this channel. I'm a big proponent of specializing, knowing my type of real estate, knowing my city very well, and knowing the neighborhoods within that city. I know exactly what the properties rent for. I know how much it's gonna take to renovate them. I know the budget it's gonna take. I know what the rent's gonna be after I renovate it, how much it's gonna sell for after I renovate it. I already know all that stuff in here. I don't even have to look at the comps on the computer. I already know all of that because I'm a specialist in my city. Now, number three, the next step after you've figured out what your life is gonna look like, how much money you're gonna need, and you've picked an area, you've specialized, you've gone down, and you know exactly where you're gonna invest in what neighborhoods, now it's time to get pre-approved for a mortgage. So you need to talk to a mortgage broker. Ideally, what I always say is someone who specializes with investors, because the way you do your financing is very important, especially in Canada. You only have so many moves you can make before the bank starts saying no. In America, the market is open a little more, or a lot more actually, but you still need a mortgage broker that knows investors, knows what you're doing, understands what you want to do, and has a bird's eye view of your specific plan. Like I said, for example, do you want to buy 5 properties, 10 properties, 30 properties? Are you gonna need 100 properties in order to achieve the lifestyle you want? So it's very important to do the right steps at the right time, and the right mortgage broker can help you do that and get approved for the first or next property. So you know what your budget is, and now you can make offers on properties confidently without inspections or financing conditions, for example, which may help you get a better price on your deals, and that's always good. A better deal on your deal is what we all want. Now, after your mortgage broker, you're gonna need a realtor, and the same thing, and even more important, you need a real estate agent that specializes with investors. It is absolutely crucial. I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can be, because I am a realtor specializing with investors, and it's absolutely crucial. You can't just use your everyday Joe Blow realtor who sells houses with a white picket fence, who's like, yeah, I can also sell you rental properties. They don't understand nothing. Don't understand tenants, don't understand the tenant rules in your state or province. You need a specialist to help you find those deals. And if you find the right realtor, it saves you so much time, because I can tell you this, we find the deals for our clients. So you shouldn't be spending your time researching realtor.com, realtor.ca, trying to find your own deal. That's a waste of your time. Your sole job as a real estate investor, which we're getting a little more advanced here for this video, is raising capital, finding joint venture partners to come into your business to fund you so you can buy more deals and help more people. Going at your business alone as a lone wolf mentality doesn't work for 99.9% of people out there. You can't build this business on your own. It's gonna take way too friggin' long, unless that's cool for you. If you have a 30-year plan, cool. Maybe you can buy your 6 properties over the 30 years of your life. But if you wanna retire in 5-10 years, you need to buy 50, 100, hundreds of properties. There's no way you're doing that with your own money unless you're like a Saudi prince or something. You're probably a regular Joe like me and didn't come from a rich family, so you're doing this from the ground up. So you need people to come into your business and fund the deals to grow faster. Now, once you found your deal with the realtor, you closed on it, it's all good. Now it's time to manage the property via your renovations. So you need a really, really good contractor, which is what I always say. It's one of the most important team members on your team is a good contractor, because if you have a bad one, they're the ones who are gonna screw you the most. It's not gonna be your tenant, not gonna be your realtor, not gonna be your mortgage broker, your insurance company, whatever. The person who's gonna screw you the most likely to screw you, is gonna be your contractor. They're gonna take too long in the renovation, which is gonna jack up your carrying cost. They're just gonna outright screw you and take your money, put a lien on the property. They're the worst. So you need to find a good contractor. The best way to do that real quick is to talk to other real estate investors in your local area. Maybe you found them on local meetup groups or on Facebook, just online groups, and ask them, hey, what contractors are you using? Is it cool if I talk to them or borrow them? That's the best way I found. Or when you get to the high level, which is what we're doing, is we have a flip business. We're buying so many properties per month. We can provide steady work. The best thing you can do is to have payroll. So have contractors working for you on payrolls, employees. That's guaranteed the best, because they're the least likely to screw you. Why? They work for you. Only for you. So if they start fucking around, start messing around, you're fired, get out of here. If you're working with just subcontractors, the reason why projects take so long is because they'll work on your house Monday, Tuesday, but then they'll be like, oh, for Wednesday and Thursday, I have to go to Susie's house and finish her bathroom. I'll be back Friday, only until noon, because I gotta go over to Joey's house to do his little project deck I was doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So your project drags and drags and drags, your flip costs go up and up and up, et cetera. So once you get to a certain level and you're crushing, it's time to start payroll and get contractors working directly for you. It's a game changer. And part 2 for the management side is obviously getting a property manager. So people always go back and forth, should I manage my own property, should I not? I always say, if you live in the area you're investing in and you're newer, okay, I want you to manage the property for like a year, only so you realize how shitty it is, and it's a terrible job and a terrible waste of your time, so that you're more likely and more eager to hire a property management company to just take over the property and run it. Or if you're smarter and you're listening to this video and you've got resources, property manager right on day one. Why? You're running a business. You taking phone calls at midnight about the broken toilet, or picking up rent and driving across town to pick up rent, that's like low level, beginner, amateur shit. Okay, we're in this business to be real business owners. So the more you can hire out and delegate is key. You want to delegate almost everything. Like I said, your sole job is raising capital, bringing attention to your business so you can grow it faster. I'll be honest, all I do is these videos. That's all I do, dude. That's all I do. We're doing multiple flips a month. I don't see the property, I don't go to the property, I don't know what it looks like. Everything's taken care of. All the renovations, all the color choices, all the design. the timeline, scheduling contractors, the staging. I don't do none of that. Raising capital, I don't do that either. I have someone else raise the capital for me, for my group. So all I'm doing is these videos, raising attention, bringing more people into my business, more people into my funnel, so they learn about me, they want to invest with me. Sweet, I raise the money from them. My funds manager raises the money, Ashley gets the money, and then we just roll. Scale, 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 scale. That should be your only job as a real estate investor. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you learned something. I want to get these tips for you very, very quick. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, smash the like button. Also hit that subscribe button. And if you want to figure out how to partner with us, how to work with us, check the links below. And I will see you in the next video.